Okay, so we have an interesting video. This video blew up. The VTuber who harassed many. Oh my god. What the fuck does that say? Please, babe. Just a crumb of P word. I need it or I'll die. Oh my god. Is this basically a like a male VTuber who just went and started harassing women or something? That's what I'm gonna assume.
What seems seldom talked about is just how overly flirtatious and sensual those in the indie VTuber community can be. And no, I'm not talking about the lewd tubers who stay in their lane, creating content on their own platforms, and otherwise remaining professional when not in creator mode. What I am talking about are the people who happen to be grown adults, mind you, who act like high schoolers discovering puberty for the first time, who can't stop being thirsty over the next moving thing that'll remotely entertain them for an iota of a second. These adults, these quote-unquote mature people over the age of 18,
because LewTube is obviously the boundary to it, obviously.
taint the population of VTubers with their frankly disgusting behavior, seeking sexual gratification and e-dating urges like it's Tinder, but on Twitter or Discord. Let's talk about one such prolific and disgusting creator known as Taru, the so-called tiger demigod VTuber, who has harassed many female-presenting
Oh my god, I've not heard of this guy before.
VTubers and even committed assault. Before we get into it though, a few points. First, everything described here is alleged. Also, please do not harass any individuals mentioned in this video. At the time of writing this script, Torakaru has already deactivated his Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok.
Wow,
his Twitch is still up, but with a default profile picture, no about section, and all his videos and clips have been hidden or deleted.
Oh damn, so he's been he just dipped.
On the other hand, you should support the victims that'll be mentioned in this video. I'll be sure to include their links in the description below with a source to their stories and experiences. Please give your warm support for those affected and support them on their VTuber journey as they recover and move on from this dark time in their life. In addition, this video will contain mentions of sexual harassment, assault, and even grooming allegations.
Yes, so obviously, obviously trigger warning, so if you don't like these sort of, if you're sensitive to these sort of subjects, if you don't want to watch this video, that's completely fine with me.
I understand these topics can be very distressing.
Yeah, it can be triggering or disturbing.
Stay away from the video if you do not wish to see or hear about
this.
Definitely. Your own mental health is important. Please take care of yourself. Without further ado, let us talk about Torakaru, the sex pest.
Sex pest.
Honey is such a good girl. Hi, baby girl. 大好きだよ.
I would be your sugar daddy, on God, no cap, and give you everything that I could possibly.
Emily. I love Emily so much.
I mean, I guess this is just stuff on stream. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I don't know.
What do you got to do?
Torakaru, as far as I know, has been a VTuber since 2022. His first design is an orange-haired catboy with an olive green jacket with a light brown or tannish fur-lined hood. He seemed to have this design for a while, and it wasn't until probably around 2023 when his 2.0 design was being teased that I personally became aware of this guy on Twitter. And from the get-go, I got bad vibes about this guy. I don't know what it was exactly, as my memory doesn't go back that far, but I'm pretty sure it went something a little like this. His design teaser popped off. He started getting hundreds of follows, inflated his ego and clout on the platform. And the dude kind of gave, like, e-boy answers in replies, playboy vibes. He just seemed super flirty towards women, and I didn't like that. I don't know what it was exactly, but either way, I just like this guy from the get-go. I think he also subtweeted about other guys complaining about his design popping off. That gave him a bunch of followers, and that just further pushed me away. Needless to say, though, I am biased against this guy, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Anyway, his 2.0 design looks like this.
Sister, if he's done, if he's done that bad, she's like harassed people. I don't blame him for being a bit biased. Okay, like it's not like he's a
Longer
good.
orange
It's not like he's a
hair
good.
with a small-
It's not like he's a good person anyway. But I don't know. I guess like I feel like it depends. I don't necessarily think like if you're like I don't know kind of flirty on Twitter that necessarily means that you're like bad or anything. There's definitely it's just like there's a certain obviously there's a boundary to it, right? There's also like there's a certain boundary, and I don't know exactly what he said or how he interacted, so I don't really know. But
Small black strand, tiger-like ears, has that Dorito-shaped body with broad shoulders, skinnier waist, washboard abs, thick arms, and fat man tits that a lot of people seem to enjoy in this space. Not my thing, though. As well as flaming green flames motif and a spirit tiger toggle. Taking away the man piloting the VTuber, this is honestly a pretty cool design.
yeah, it's a cool.
It's
it
eye-catching,
is.
appealing,
It is
has
a
a good
cool
color
design,
palette,
yeah.
and really sells the Tora equal tiger motif. The model artist
You're separating the person. It is a pretty cool model. Like the tiger at the back also.
Ranchu did an amazing job, and their art is fantastic. It's just a shame that this guy who commissioned the model turned out to be a massive creep, to which we'll get into very shortly. Content creating wise, he seemed to engage in karaoke's, ASMR content, just chatting streams, and playing games. He was also a prolific Skeb
So
user,
just-
racking up costs
so
of
just,
over
like,
1
typical-
million yen from Skebs alone,
typical
which in
VTuber
this case
activities,
probably
basically.
equated to about over $7,000.
Oh my god.
Skeb, for the uninitiated, by the way, is a platform where you can get art done by Japanese creators at a relatively affordable price, at the caveat of not being able to communicate any feedback or changes during the actual art creation process. I personally compare it to like a gacha, but with art of your OCs.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see how it's addicting. But anyway, in this case, Tora often got art of himself and NSFW art of him and his mutuals or friends engaged in lewd or explicit acts.
Okay, what was I hope that was consensual. Like I think if it's consensual, then I think that's fine. But if it isn't consensual, then that's definitely overstepping a boundary, and that's weird. But yeah, I think if it like, I think if both parties consent to it, and I don't think it's that big of a deal.
He even went so far as to make a few lists, one of which was called Tora's breeding list, where he put literally hundreds
That's
of people
okay.
in to
That's
eventually get
that's
NSFW
okay.
art
That's
with.
weird.
Like, how fucking horny do you have to be to get NSFW art with even over a dozen people? That's actually gross. And sure, it says meme list, but you'll find out this guy is 100% not memeing. Just wait. Unfortunately, on the surface, it seemed like this guy had a solid reputation in the community, even with all his questionable lewd content, with very little being spoken badly about this guy except for the few that just didn't vibe with him since the beginning. Perhaps this is because the VTuber community, especially around 2022 and 2023, is what I'd personally consider pretty hypersexual.
Yeah.
And that flirty comments were
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
And people often encroach boundaries unprompted. I don't know if that's ever been fixed, or if I just finally muted enough people or hermited into my own corner enough to see less of it in 2024.
That's true. A lot of VTubers kind of are like sexual. I don't think that's inherently a bad thing, but there's definitely obviously like a boundary to it.
But that was definitely a noticeable thing when I was starting out in my VTuber career. Anyway, on March 17th, 2024, a brave victim by the name of Lily, the strawberry moo-tuber, spoke up about her experience with Tora in the Los Angeles area around the time of Anime Expo 2023.
Wait, is this in person?
I
Oh
will
my
be
god.
summarizing her document and focusing on certain parts to make the script flow better.
Oh no.
But I strongly advise that if you have the time to please read her document yourself. It's concise and to the point, and Lily can explain her situation and experience much better than a retelling by anyone else. In Lily's document, she talks about how she was going to meet up with a group of friends in the LA area in 2023.
Oh no.
Her friends were going to AX, and she was going to the Hololive concert. At this time, Tora and Lily had been friends for over a year, and, quote, Tora unfortunately was like my rock when I was coming out of a rough breakup back in December of 2022. I hung out on a server and with everyone else there to cope and take my mind off things. And since he had helped me, I was willing to look past some things he said, whatnot. I was vulnerable, and I guess in a very human way wanted attention that I missed. Tora knew how to press every button and had known me long enough to figure out how to get me to even slightly reciprocate. I let my walls and guard down, and around this time I had even begun catching feelings for him. It was during this time between April leading up to AX and July that Tora ramped up the flirting. He mentioned how he wants to have intimate acts with her.
Oh my god, wait. But like, we both do it actually sexy. I'm not sexy, I'm silly. Okay, oh my, okay, chill, jeez. Okay, okay, oh my, okay.
Sent her an
I don't,
unsolicited.
I don't know. It feels really weird reading like sexual messages between people, like people like flirting and like being like sexual with each other. I feel like being like read, because it feels like I shouldn't be reading this. It just gives me the ick because like it just feels weird reading somebody else's messages like this. If you know what I mean.
Photo, asked for lewds and audio, wanting to make out, and even admitted to taking care of himself when listening to her voice on.
Nah, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, because wait, what? Sometimes I'll just listen to your voice and do it. What the fuck? Yeah, because I like your voice. Ew, what the fuck?
Stream. This is not an isolated incident, by the way. Tora has been doing this behavior to other VTubers, which we'll talk more about
Oh
later.
my god, what
But
the fuck?
already, you can tell this guy is bad news. Not only is he extremely horny to the point that it's obscene and quite disgusting, it gets even worse. They meet up after the day's events to take an Uber to the Airbnb to meet more of Lily's VTuber friends. It's at this time, waiting for their Uber, that Tora admits he's actually been seeing someone for a few months now and doesn't actually want to do anything intimate with Lily. Lily is
Okay.
upset for having been led on for months
Yeah.
leading up to this day,
Yeah, right,
which is
yeah.
understandable
Yeah.
given the mixed signals this guy kept
Yeah,
getting out.
definitely.
During the Uber ride there, Tora held her hand and apologized, badgering her if she forgave him, which is already gross for invading her personal space without consent in the first place. If someone's mad at you, don't touch them. It's simple.
Don't grab their hand. Like,
But
what?
unfortunately, when they stayed at their friend's Airbnb for the night, all would not be good and relaxing.
Oh,
While
no.
resting on different parts of a very large couch.
Oh my
Tora
god,
had
oh my god, no, please, oh my god, please don't tell me this is in like this. Oh my god, obviously like somebody like texting you is bad enough, like, but don't tell me he did something in real life to her. That's horrific.
crawled over on top of Lily and whispered into her ear, kissing her cheek. Lily describes her experience in harrowing, emotionally poignant words of how she felt trapped and afraid. She did not consent. She did not agree for this to happen. She did not want this to happen. It's horrible. No one should be put into this vulnerable state.
Oh my
Thankfully,
god.
Tora was not given the chance to do further harm. Her friend, Laser, heard the commotion and checked in on them, causing Tora to practically leap away and feign innocence.
Oh my god.
An image taken by Tora after the encounter is proof that Laser, indeed, was checking on them, and this image was passed off as Laser looking ominous in the doorway of his room because it was the only lit thing around them. After that night, Lily confronted him on the 13th of July of 2023 about the situation, where he avoided discussing the assault. It was later in the first quarter of 2024 that she was able to properly process and come to terms that the situation she was forced into was assault. On March
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
15th of 2024, she canceled an upcoming collab she had with him and no longer wanted to be his friend. She gives receipts about that exchange, which you can see in full in her document. But a few interesting words I've noticed from Tora are how he immediately asks if there's anyone else involved that he should know about, which is already suspect
That
because
is
either he's
weird.
getting ready to block or try to appeal to them in private. Then, not only does he proceed to fail at apologizing by saying sorry it came off that way and never using the word assault to describe his actions, but he
Oh
did
my god, yeah, he's trying to manipulate her, as in he's downplaying the severity of what he did. Yeah, but like essentially what he's doing is he's downplaying it, to make it seem like something that isn't, to make it seem like it isn't as bad as it really was. Trying to basically, I guess, trying to gaslight her or make her think that like what he did to her isn't as bad as it actually was. Trying to like basically downplay, which is obviously disgusting. He's just not taking accountability.
admit he got on top of her and did unconsensual acts towards her, which prove Lily's story. At the end of their exchange, he even double checks to try get this to stay between them and says
Fuck
not
off.
to impulsively make a twit longer, which is really gross and manipulative behavior.
Impulsively
He
making a
clearly
twit
knows he's in the
monitor?
wrong and that Lily has evidence by his own reaffirming statements that he's done wrong things to her. And he clearly doesn't want this to go public because it'll ruin his reputation.
Oh my god, this is recent, March.
But you know what? Good on Lily for standing up to her guns and
Yes, good for her for doing that.
airing out her truth regardless of what Toro tried to weasel his way out of. Because of her strength to publicize her document, it led to a cascade of everyone who's ever been done dirty by this man.
Yeah, like she has so much bravery for coming forward. And any victim that comes forward, that's incredible strength, that I can't even imagine.
Who finally have the courage to air out their grievances as well. When I say this guy is a sex pest, I really do mean
my
he's a
God,
sex pest.
he's-
If you don't know what this means, a sex pest is a person who sexually harasses or assaults another person.
I did not know this terminology.
This man has done numerous things, ranging from petty behavior such as follow and unfollowing creators to bait them to follow him back, to more disgusting behavior such as sending unsolicited pictures and lewd audios, as well as trying to get their IRL name and pictures.
Nah,
This
that's weird. What the fuck? That's weird. That's weird.
man truly viewed other VTubers as if they're only objects of pleasure for himself to use to get off to, and not an actual human being who deserved respect. I've seen dozens of testimonies and experiences from those that have interacted with this man. It all boils down to one simple thing. This man sexually harassed all these people. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. For this section, I'll be going over all the testimonies that I encountered on Twitter. This might be long, but I truly want to emphasize
Jesus.
just how much of a sex pest this guy truly was. And that, again, none of this is exaggerated or fake or an isolated incident. All of this happened to all these people, and my heart goes out to each and every one who became a victim to this guy's horrible behavior.
100%, yeah.
Their Twitter handles will be in the corner as we go over each of their stories. If you can, please support these victims. Akon Sapphire is one of the first few people to speak out.
How much fucking people do you do this to?
Backing up
Jesus.
Lily's statements with a statement of their own. In these screenshots, they recollect that Tora made them feel good about their body and voice. He made them feel confident and sexy. They flirted a lot and consensually for a time, almost met up, but they didn't. They remember Tora bragging about how he had a sexual encounter with Lily at the Airbnb, and weren't made aware that Tora had been in a relationship until 3 months after he began dating his partner. Akon realized they were being led on and began to distance themselves.
Might make
They also
sense.
recollect an incident where Tora got drunk on livestream and openly bragged about how he was going to have intimate relations with Akon when they met up. Tora
On stream?
also had an
Oh
audio
my
recording that
God.
Akon was going to allow him to suck their breasts when they met up, and according to Tora, since it was pre-recorded consent, they could not take it back. Just to clarify, this is not how consent works. Consent has to be given at the time of any action being done, and it has to be clear and enthusiastic.
yes.
If there is any hesitance, any reluctance, it is not
That's not fucking how consent works. Like, that's fucking manipulative as fuck. You can't just be like, if you Discord message and say like, is it okay if I do this thing to you? Yes. And you meet up and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable. I'm not ready for this. But they're like, oh, well, but you consented before. It's like, that's not how consent works. In the moment, they have to give consent and be okay and comfortable with the action. If there's any hesitance, there's any uncomfortableness, you stop. You fucking stop. Okay? Like, that's it.
consent.
That is it.
It has to be a yes.
Yes, it has to be
Tora would
yes.
have been wrong if he tried to do this terrible action to Akon, since they would not be consenting. From the sounds of things, it does not seem like they met up, which is a relief. Shoko provides a bit more context, reaffirming that Tora didn't have much influence almost 2 years ago when he was at 1,000 followers compared to 22,000 in 2024. Shoko also mentions how Tora wanted basically private information that would dox themselves. And even after saying no, Tora asked again.
Oh my
That's
God,
fucked up
that is
behavior.
fucked
As
up,
VTubers,
definitely.
many like their anonymity.
Yeah.
Do not go harassing VTubers, or any creator for that matter, for personal information.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not even about like, especially obviously VTubers, because like some VTubers, don't show their faces for personal reasons, or they like, they want to keep anonymity, sorry, to be anonymous online. But even like face cam, or someone like me who shows my face, still even like asking for like personal information is still inherently like not right either.
First, it's not
Because you're overstepping
safe,
boundaries.
especially if you're a minor. And second of all, it's none of your goddamn business.
True,
Ren,
true, Queen.
an artist by the handle Ren Draws Disney, also lists out the numerous lists that they were put into that Tora had managed. One is the infamous Tora's breeding list, another being Tora's harem, and another being Tora's brain
The
melters.
fuck?
I like
Brain melters?
how he tries to pass his sexual harassment off as, oh,
What the fuck? Kind of a meme list. I know you want it, don't lie. What the fuck? I don't think that's is that a, I don't think that's how that's a meme. That's kind of just weird. What the fuck? Like, you can't just, I feel like you can't just add people to a weird list like this without their consent. I mean, there's just,
oh, it's just a meme list.
yeah,
And
no.
nah.
No,
This is
no.
just harassing and
Yeah.
people didn't ask for it. But it's also
I guess it'd be fine. I guess it'd appeal like if you ask people and they're consenting to it, but it's there's 600 people. Like, obviously, not everyone consented to being on this list.
wow that literally hundreds of people are in this list. Like, that's just gross. Why do you have so many girls on here?
That is gross.
Another victim is Zion, who has given us many screenshots of their interaction with Tora. You can see in these screenshots that Tora basically immediately starts with "I love you," compliments on a physical attraction, in this case their model, spams them with "I love you."
Yo, wait, I'm sorry. I found this so fucking. Wait, I'm sorry.
Compliments on-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read your model rigging is so hot, and I cringed. I'm sorry. I know this is like a serious thing, but like I don't know why, but like saying your model rigging is so hot made me fucking internally cringe so hard, because I'm like, what in the fuck does that even mean? Your model rigging is so hot. I feel like that's such like, that feels so, like so terminally online. I don't know. It move good. It make my monkey brain go aruga. I don't know.
on a physical attraction, in this case their model,
God.
spams them with "I love yous," despite Zion's clear reluctance and ews, which I think are really funny. Tora then tries asking for pics,
Yeah, she's obviously not interested.
kind of tries peer pressuring or pestering to get those pics, and then once he gets said pics, he love bombs some more. Starts saying he'll smash and smooch. He seems to do random messages that objectify his target.
What the fuck? That's the first thing you say? Hi, I love your tatas.
Zion gives another example where they wanted to report a notification bug to Discord and asked Tora to help, and he immediately spams them with NSFW comments. Also, keep in mind these dates on the screenshot for every victim going forward. It'll be relevant for later. eBay Shoujo speaks out about her experience in 2022 where they had
Jesus
a no
fucking
flirting in their
Christ.
bio. But guess who tried to circumvent that? You guessed it.
Oh my god. There's no way he just does not respect anybody's boundaries. It's just so disgusting.
Tora. I fucking hate this guy, I swear to God. Fruit.
I do too. I mean, he's a fucking dickhead. Like,
Despite telling
I mean, who would hear someone who does this and like not dislike them? Like,
him she was married, was not spared from Tora's harassment. Instead of thinking it was
She's
just joking
married?
around, Tora had admitted he took care of himself after looking at an IRL pic and said NSFW things towards her regardless of her marital status. Ying Yue expresses their experience with Tora in a
Oh my
thread.
God, there's so many
Unfortunately,
people.
at the
Jesus
time, they were in
Christ.
a vulnerable state in their life and fell for the attention and love that Tora seemed to bombard them with. They were unfortunately led on and goaded into a flirtatious and sexual interaction before they knew it. And I find it truly harrowing and disgusting that this man was taking advantage of Yue like this.
yeah.
They shared some screenshots of the interactions as proof, and it's just wild how out of pocket and shameless this guy is. I hope Yue's doing better. Amphi shares us some pictures of how goddamn insistent this man was for some dogs pics, despite her saying that's her boundary.
It's like, no, I think the only thing I am uncomfy with is being asked for like videos / pictures and stuff understandable. I mean, she's clearly stating her boundaries. I'm pretty sure that's my only boundary I've come across. Lol, okay, fair. Also, the thing was a job. I just casually just ask for nudes, a joke. Yeah, who doesn't go to, who doesn't go to people and, slide in their DMs and be like, hey, like, can I have some nudes? But, oh, just kidding, by the way. Yeah, it's a fucking joke. Wait, thing was a joke. Obviously, it wasn't a joke. Huh? What?
I absolutely hate how much this man keeps trying to push boundaries because he's so horny he needs pics to get off to.
Oh my god.
Gross. Jury shares a
Definitely gross.
screenshot where Tora casually admits that he does deliberately lead on a lot of women, that he doesn't actually like them back, and then he tries baiting Jury into thinking she was the special one.
What the fuck?
That's so fucked up
That's
and beyond
so
disgusting.
fucked up.
I
Yeah.
hate filthy behavior like this.
I think it's like, maybe he just gets like a power trip from doing or something. I think there's like some like ego or like sense of power that he gets out of doing it. It's fucking disgusting though.
People's emotions aren't yours to toy with.
Yeah, it's
Baku
fucking
shares
gross.
some screenshots of their own as well. They show that Tora admits he finds their design hot, wants NSFW art together, continues to call them cute despite Baku admitting they have a partner, and then even tries to get their IRL name. This is definitely harassment.
That's definitely harassment.
iCandy shares her experience as well, and these screenshots are just... I can't even. This guy is so shameless.
What the fuck? But she's just like, by the message, she's genuinely just shocked. Like, what the fuck is he saying? What the...
And just how he asked for nudes, being horny, and even wanting lewd audio. Like, what? This is for real harassment.
This,
Not even
that
asking
100%
for consent
harassment.
beforehand.
100% that's
Bruh.
harassment.
Who shared some screenshots as well with her interaction with Tora.
That's so fucking gross and weird. What the actual fuck?
Tora admits he followed for selfies, which demonstrates his thirst for physical appearance, and says he's her type because she's not a bitch. Huh? Bro, your standards are so fucking low.
Yeah,
That's
damn.
insane. Whose skull emoji response is so accurate. Yuri shares her experience as well, like others who've shared their experience.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, this thing is not, it's not funny, but just that response was kind of funny to me.
Tora responds pretty sexually and tries to lead her on about Miri being his one and only. He also did try to get personal information like IRL pics and location.
Location?
Miri also expresses worry that talking about him positively in the past, such as calling Tora a harmless himbo and meeting other good people through him, may have accidentally given the impression Tora was good to others when he still had a relatively clean reputation. I just want to say, personally, do not let the guilt eat you up.
No, it's not your fault.
It's hard to know in the moment whether someone is truly good or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, definitely.
Many like to think the better of someone, and Tora was definitely one
Yeah,
to take advantage
like to
of
give
that
people the
given
benefit
trust
of the
to use
doubt.
for his own gain.
Yeah.
Hindsight is always 2020.
I think it's human nature to always want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, and it's like, it's not your fault that somebody is actively like doing bad things and you weren't aware of it. That's not your fault. That's not your fault.
Danny was one of his viewers who found Tora when they were going through a rough time after breaking up with their boyfriend. I can understand the sentiment of wanting to look at 2D boys when you feel lonely. They are also an artist and drew fan art of Tora and began hanging out in the voice chats in his Discord and began to get closer.
Oh no, he did to viewers as well. Of course he did to a viewer as well.
Unfortunately, Tora took advantage of a moment of weakness, and Danny started to have feelings for Tora. He asked for material from Danny, which Danny did send due to having said romantic feelings, and it was consensual up until June. Screenshots show Tora was leading them on, which I can only imagine is rough to see in hindsight.
Getting married.
Danny also mentioned how Tora asked for some art comms from her, but he wouldn't always pay.
Oh
The
my
worst straw
god.
was that after Lily confronted Tora about his assault on March 15th, he called Danny to let her know, "I love you so much, and I care about you a lot." And then he's trying to save his own reputation with a close fan by trying to explain his situation with Lily through his own bias. But in that call, he said, "It's good that you didn't like me. I hope you weren't expecting me to go to Mexico and see you." Which, in my opinion, is What the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with you?
what? So what
That's
the
so fucked up
fuck?
to say.
Yeah.
First, you lead someone on for months to over a year, and then you just say that before you dip?
What the
Fucking
fuck?
wild.
Ew.
I'm so sorry this
What a
happened to you,
dickhead.
Danny.
Jesus
May you be able to
Christ.
heal. Vortex subtweeted about Tora around the end of June in 2023 with the following. There's this male VTuber that follows me that has been really disgusting towards a few of my female presenting friends. Since I unfollowed him, he keeps going back to me, following and unfollowing me for some stupid reason. At the time,
not
they got
block him.
backlash for
Block
subtweeting
him.
rather than just blocking, but their reasoning is pretty sound in that they didn't want this guy bothering their friends about why he was blocked. Then it turns out he instantly knew the subtweet was about him, which, bro, you know your behavior is wrong when you can.
Yeah, if you like instantly say, oh, I know that's me, then you know you're fucking doing something fucked up. What did he even say? I know the post about me, lol. I'm sorry. Oh, lol. Yeah, lol. I can't, like, I'm sorry if my behavior over the year also has not been to your liking, and I completely understand I have mellowed out a lot from that stuff because I did learn people don't always enjoy that stuff, lol. Lol. In any case, I am also sorry about constant following/unfollowing. I do that a lot because I literally forgot. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. I literally forgot who people are sometimes since I'm following so many people, and I like to clean up my timeline and following them. I'm following often. I always refollow you because I eventually remember, oh yeah, the Vortex does really good art. Excuse aside, which honestly amount to nothing, I don't expect you to follow back at all, and I'm sorry about blowing up your notifications with silly stuff. Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh yeah, it's enough excuses, even though this entire thing was completely a bunch of fucking bullshit and excuses. Yeah.
The subtweet was about him, which, bro, you know your behavior is wrong when you can tell a subtweet is about you.
Yeah, literally.
But anyway, he tries to apologize and explain his behavior with, I'm sorry if my behavior has not been to your liking. Remember, bro takes no accountability, and if you like an artist's art, stop following and unfollowing them because
Yeah.
you either like their shit or you
You
just
don't.
want their clout.
Yeah, like what
Disgusting.
the fuck?
But thank you, Vortex, for speaking out back then.
Jesus Christ.
Stein met Tora in mid-2022 when he was 15, going on to 16. While none of Tora's interactions with Dine were NSFW, thank God, there were still some suspect things. Tora would often call Dine his favorite little sibling, and even wasn't entirely against meeting up with a teenager.
Favorite little sibling? What the fuck? That's kind of weird. What the fuck? That's weird to say. So wait, how old is Tiger? Or Toa? I'm guessing he's an adult, but that's so weird. What the fuck? My little sibling? What the fuck?
In public. He even jokes at one point about, hey FBI, if you're watching this, I'm not a groomer. And said that if he met when Dine was 18, he won't get arrested. Like, just for reference, Tora's around 25 or so. And this is just yikes. I can't imagine talking to someone 10 years younger than me like this. That's freaky. I hope Dine can recover well from this. Rin is also a minor who had the unfortunate situation of interacting with Tora.
Oh my
He often
god, he
called
also
Rin cute and said,
he
I
also
love
talked to minors. What the fuck? Oh my god.
you a lot. Tora did seem to have some sense to ask for Rin's age multiple times, although that's kind of weird if it's more than once TBH, and said he's not sussy lewd towards minors, but then he asks for an IRL pic anyway of the minor. That's just gross as hell. I hope Rin can recover from this as well.
Yes, that's...
In addition, minors on the internet, please don't send any of your private information to people over the internet.
Yes, be careful.
This
be
was
safe.
ingrained in my head when I was growing up, and it's more for your safety than anything. Please be safe, kids, and try not to interact with adults in a private setting in any capacity. No DMs, none of that. You never know who's out there who will prey on your innocence.
Like, yeah, as in, like, be in public service where there's protection, right? As in, like, you know, be in, you know, if you're in, like, if you want to be on the internet, and when you're a kid, when you're a minor, you know, have other people be there, as in, you know, being, like, you know, servers. Like, if you're on the VC and there's other people there, then, you know, they can sort of monitor, you know, sort of, other people can monitor what's happening, and, speaking of, you know, general chats and things like that, like, there are people there that can see, you know, can stop sort of anybody being weird towards you.
Zenith mentions how Tora sent her unsolicited kissing audios in her DMs.
Yeah, what the
She did this
fuck?
because she mentioned she listens to a lot of ASMR, but there was no discussion about the kissing beforehand.
What does that have to
So
do
the
with...
unsolicited audios were, indeed,
What is ASMR? Did she say fucking lewd ASMRs or what? Did she just say ASMRs in general? Where does the kissing ASMR like come from?
solicited. She did confront him to stop saying I love you to her and no more voice stuff, to which he seems to have reacted decently, but that's probably because he was flirting and doing this stuff with other women at the same time, so one lost isn't a big deal to him. Here's the examples that Zenith provides. A trigger warning for potentially disturbing content.
Oh
You
no.
can also skip here if you wish to avoid hearing this section.
Oh no. Wait.
You're such a cutie. I want to kiss you.
Oh no, no, no.
I love you. I love you, Zenith.
Oh my god, oh my god. And he said, oh my god, he said her name. Nah, that's so weird. Nah.
Glad to become your friend. You're so skilled at art. And you're very cute. And very pretty.
Oh,
I saw your immersion bricks. You really...
no, no,
really
no.
are my type.
Oh my god, no.
I'm
Nah,
glad
nah.
to get to know you a bit
Nah,
better.
nah. Stop.
Like you.
Stop.
And these are just the posts that have made it to my Twitter timeline since Lily's call out post. I'm sure there are numerous other victims of whom I haven't seen their stories, and for that I am sorry that I could not include everyone. But as we can see here from just these people alone, his behavior was repetitious and methodical in how he wielded his charisma, tried to lower people's defenses by buttering them up with flirtatious comments and compliments.
I mean, that's what most like
while
predators
dating
do.
a partner, mind you. Just trying to find some sexual gratification for this entire thing to those that would fall victim to his love bombs and false praises. Needless to say, this man has been everywhere socially, interacting with so many creators, it's kind of insane. But when we see how this guy had over 22,000 followers on Twitter, it's kind of no surprise that many thought he was a big indie. However, did you guys know this actually averaged pretty low on Twitch in comparison? For the past 365 days
Oh,
from the time
wow.
of writing the script, his average was around 25, which if you consider he had over 22,000 people
I mean, the reality is that Twitter followers don't always equate to like success on other platforms. It really doesn't. Like I think like Twitter is good for making connections, but I don't think like Twitter followers really all the time equates to like viewership.
following him on Twitter, well, let's just say it really is true when people say that numbers on one platform
Yeah,
really
don't-
doesn't mean
yeah,
jack shit in another. Especially when it comes to Twitter followers to Twitch viewers. Makes sense though. Twitter is nothing at all related to live streaming.
Yeah.
But you know what I call this? Dude's a chronic V-tweeter. Yeah, you heard me. A virtual or VTuber tweeter. It makes sense though if you think about it. How else can this guy have racked in so many followers on Twitter, besides maybe botting? If it isn't making interaction bait posts, crawling in people's replies and DMs while practically sucking up to them, trying to seem like a harmless guy on the surface, and getting to weasel his way into existing networks of friends to find people to harass in the guise of being overly friendly and lewd. Wowee. Oh, and not to add more mud to this guy, but there's no good section to bring this up, so I'm just dumping it here. Throughout 2023, Tora held a few art contests. The prizes for each art contest is honestly abysmal, and I hate to think that people actually participated for this lousy reward of max $50 or $75 for.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, if he is being transparent about how much money it is, and they're like, you know, that they're doing it knowing how much money they would win, I guess it's not the worst thing. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you are signing up for it, like, you know what the prize is.
For the number one winner. Like, really? I've seen other indies hold art contests that gave out hundreds of dollars for the top 3 winners. And all this guy can afford is $50? Bro, you spent over $7,000 on Skebs. Where the hell did your money go? He even bragged about being middle class, so clearly he's got
Oh, yeah,
something.
okay.
Because otherwise you'd be lower class or homeless, my dude. The fact no one called him out on these shitty contest rewards actually baffles me. Dude shouldn't have gone away with it 4 times in 1 year. That's actually insane. But anyway, Back to the timeline of events. After Lily's document on the matter came out and people began sharing their experiences to empower her voice, many indie VTubers took notice. Since in Lily's document, Tora mentioned dating someone, it turned out that person who dated Tora decided to come out and speak about the matter. This person is Mizuki Nemu, a sleep paralysis demon VTuber. His tweet reads, I am gender fluid, male presenting. I have been dating Tora Karu for 11 months. There are plenty of misunderstandings, but I will not deny what he put Lily through is unacceptable. This document will be linked below if you are curious, but a quick summary is, Mizuki gives us a brief timeline of his situation with Tora, the date of their first date, the open relationship they had at the time, their transition into a closed relationship after the AX events, and basically sounds like he told Tora to put the brakes down on the flirting without outright saying he was in a relationship. Personally, I don't really see why people find the need to hide their partners regardless of content creator says. Because let's be real, you should never, ever assume that your favorite content creator is single and ready to mingle. First of all,
That's true. That's fair. Yeah, 100%.
that's parasocial AF.
That is fucking parasocial as fuck. It is.
Second, your chances are extremely slim. Stop daydreaming and go touch grass if you need a partner that bad.
Or there's that. Not about just touching grass. If you want a relationship, there's actively, like, there's literally things that exist for that. You know, there's Tinder, there's, I don't know, there's Bumble, there's Grindr. You know, if you want, like, there are places to do that. Like, go to those places, okay? Like, actively go to those places. Not fucking
Jesus
Twitter.
Christ.
Twitter is not a dating app. Discord is not a dating app.
Wait, Mizuki feels how he feels, so that's that. But the fun part of this document is this section right here. In one section, they say, what happened to Lily and many others is not okay. It was terrible and they did not deserve that to happen to them. Please send them your support and kind words, and I send them all of my support and condolences to what occurred. Which is nice and supportive and true. Send your support to the victims.
Yeah.
But in the very next breath, they say this. After much consideration and chats with him, I will continue our relationship.
What?
However, I have informed him that what he did is not acceptable at all.
What? Wait, what? What? No, what? How could, wait, your boyfriend got, your boyfriend sexually assaulted somebody, and you're still gonna date him? What? You're still gonna date him? What? Bitch, are you crazy? Oh no, no, dude, no. No,
As a woman,
no.
it is never okay to make a woman uncomfortable.
No,
it is
no,
never
no,
okay to beg
no.
for favors
No,
or corner
no,
us.
no,
I will do my
no,
best to help
no.
him understand the severity of this
No,
situation.
you can't help. I'm sorry, but you can't fucking help this guy. I'm so you fucking can't. If he's doing this so often to so many people, you can't fucking help him. I'm sorry, you fucking can't. There's some people who can't fucking be helped. I get it, I understand. It's hard when you obviously are, like, it's easy for me to say, but, like, obviously, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you have feelings for them, it's hard. You can't, obviously, they care about him. Like, it's obviously not an easy thing. It's easy for me to say because I'm unrelated from the situation. Like, I understand that they also could be, you know, Toa could have emotionally manipulated them, and they could have worked them emotionally. You know, there's a lot of aspects of things to for them to sort of, you know, quote unquote stay in the relationship, but no, like no. Break up with them. Get away from them.
In building a future with him.
Oh my!
Outside of VTubing.
What do you mean building a future with him? No.
What?
No, sir,
I find it
man.
extremely difficult to understand how you can stand by the victims,
Oh
but at
my
the same
God,
time
yeah.
continue to date and love the man who literally assaulted someone and sexually harassed countless
Jesus
others.
fucking Christ!
That's
no.
actually kind of wild.
That is
If
wild.
this is one of those I can change him situations, I personally think that shit's kind of baloney.
It is.
It's just a fictional trope that's not at all realistic because real people are frankly quite difficult to change.
Yes.
Change happens if someone wants to
Yes,
genuinely
yes.
change.
It's yes if they want to change, and he doesn't seem like he wants to change.
Their free will. You can't just bend or train someone to change. While I could speculate further, out of respect, I will just leave it there. Personally, I think it's a bad take, but
I think no,
you're you, I
I
guess.
do agree.
It doesn't help that Lily then quote retweets Mizuki's post going, I debated holding my tongue on this, but why did you lie to me? You confidently told me in private you were not going to be with
No
him
way.
anymore. You do not support me and the other
What?
victims by dismissing this. I'm
What?
incredibly hurt. The DM
What
that
the
Lily
fuck?
received from Mizuki clearly says that he will break up with him soon and sending all the support needed. One can only speculate that talks
Whoa,
happened
what the
between
fuck?
Mizuki and Tora after this DM was
Yes,
sent,
yeah.
and Mizuki decided to give Tora another
Yeah,
chance.
it must.
But,
Yeah,
man,
that's what it must have been. It must have been. Yeah, yeah. They had some kind of conversation, and I know he talked him into staying.
I personally would not give Tora the time of day if
No,
I were in his
no,
position.
no,
But
no.
I'm also not dating a flirty, horny man, so what do I know? But then, turns out, the next day they made another statement on the matter. Mizuki says the following. Last post regarding the situation. I understand if friends/followers want to cut ties with me and where everyone is coming from. I said a lot before speaking to him in person as I believe breaking up over text is unfair. I apologize for what I said before and
When
my
I saw
change
him
of
in
heart.
person,
After 8 hours of talking and emotions, I learned a lot from
fucking eight hours. Jesus fucking Christ.
him. I am not in 100% good terms. We are starting from square one. I'm working with him to hold himself accountable.
What? No. What? You're still with him? Oh my god. You're still with him?
For what has happened and improve. I believe he can, but you don't have to. All I ask is to respect my choice. From here, our relationship is private. What happens, happens. If we stay or break up later, we'll stay private. Thank you for reading. I wish you and others a good day. Sleep well. Again, I still firmly do not believe one can simply fix another person, but
Yeah.
you do you, good luck with that.
Yeah.
At least they did own up that they had a change of heart between when they messaged Lily to their documents, but still feels bad. But now it's Tora's turn for his own document, and oh god, it's a doozy.
He did do a document.
A link to the document and a mirror will be in the description, just in case he finally decides to remove the document from its
fucked
original
up.
source.
Oh.
But buckle up, everyone. We got a long one here, and I got some words to say. It starts off with him saying he'll take accountability. Yeah, boy, we'll see about that. And then he has a TLDR about how he's going to graduate and disappear off the internet, basically. He then starts the rest of his document
Damn.
about how he's going to graduate.
Fucking damn. You say I'm fucking. Oh, well, you know what though? I feel like this is such a fucking pussy thing to do because he's essentially running away. Essentially, he's basically just saying he basically knows that because he's admitting to this, he's done stuff so bad that he can't really have a career anymore, so he's running away. Like, that's essentially what it says to me. It's not like this, like, respectable thing by him graduating and leaving, like owning up to his mistakes and leaving. No, it's he knows that he has, done so much damage to the point where he can't revive his career anymore, so he's fucking running away. He's a fucking bitch.
Graduate and disappear off the internet, basically. He then starts the rest of his documentary by saying he's thanking everyone who believed him and bruh. This is not what you say when everyone is canceling and hating your guts for being a sex pest. It's like this guy thinks he's lost a gold medal to a competition and only got silver. Like, bro, be for real. Terrible start. He then has this paragraph to say, which I think is fun to pick apart. There are probably a lot of people who think badly of me from word of mouth, from seeing how I may interact with others, and how I just generally post whatever I feel like saying. I am 100% sure there are many people that thought, that guy is a flirt, or that guy is a cloud chaser, or that guy artificially inflates his numbers, so on and
is
so
this
on.
guy apologizing
What
or
I
not?
think about this, he's definitely heard these at least a few times before in his career, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a nugget of truth in all of these. I mean, we know for sure he's a flirt and probably a clout chaser, since he most likely pounced on popular female VTubers when he still had like 1K on Twitter. And honestly, I refuse to believe this guy got 22,000 authentic followers on Twitter without some artificial inflation. Because this guy is just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to match up. But anyway, he continues, saying he tried to improve, but honestly his behavior seems to not really have been improved fast enough since this guy had many months of being with his partner to stop trying to sleep with other VTubers. And then he has this strange sentence of, forgiveness is provided by the victims. That's a weird way to phrase it, and while I suppose it isn't necessarily wrong
What?
that the forgiveness comes from the victims,
Yeah, I
it also
guess.
just doesn't seem appropriate to say in his apology document, knowing
Yeah.
what this guy did.
What the fuck?
Continuing on, he tries to insinuate Lily's document was more misleading than it was. And spoiler alert,
Oh yeah. Is this a fucking apology or
no,
what?
her document wasn't misleading at all. He first admits to his flirtatious behavior and says, 100% of the time I was either teasing or making a nasty joke, but sometimes I clearly forgot to ask if something like that is alright to say. I had to learn a lot about conversing properly in an online setting throughout the years. I still have more to learn. I don't know where this
Dude,
guy
you're fucking 25. Matt, you're fucking 25 years old.
got his degree in how to talk like a human being, but wherever he learned over the years has obviously failed him. If your way of learning how to converse, even in an online setting only, is to flirt and lead people on romantically to try get sexual favors from, kindly go fuck yourself. Thank you. And go touch some grass. Maybe touch grass forever, actually. You kind of need it. Anyway, he tries to defend calling a minor cute, and then talks about the allegations of cheating with his partner. According to his timeline, they actually went on their first date in April and didn't become exclusive until after the events at AX, aka after his assault,
Oh.
don't forget. But you can see in the screenshots, he still does say some NSFW things to people after this time, so is he really that innocent? Let's be for real. This guy can't be committed, and the fact that he had a little sections trying to say he doesn't cheat is just laughable. I personally would consider all of his actions emotional cheating, and I would have dropped his ass if I was this scumbag's partner. But you know. Continuing on, Tora then basically sets a timeline for the events between him and Lily during AX. He basically confirms her story, says that during the Uber he was being petty and prodding her, holding her hand and pestering her because, quote, our form of being annoying is to ask things such as, are you still my friend? Do you still love me? I still love you. Please don't be mad at me. And so forth. Sir, if your definition of being annoying is to constantly invade someone's personal space, touching them and verbally bothering them constantly while they're clearly pissed off at you, you need to learn when to keep your shit to yourself,
Yeah, you need to learn fucking personal boundaries.
because that behavior is not cute.
That's
in real life.
overstepping.
That's
yeah.
harassment.
That
And
is
for God's
harassment.
sake,
Yeah.
stop touching people so much. Damn. Anyway, he talks about the experience at the Airbnb, and I'll just let the document speak for itself. When he says, this is my annoying, petty, and high-pitched voice that I use to annoy others. Even then, there was no response, and I finished by kissing her on the cheek, something that I unironically would do to my straight male friends to get on their nerves. Like what I said during the Uber incident.
What?
This shit is not okay.
That's not okay.
You did not get to
Yeah, that's not okay.
invade someone's personal space and touch them without consent in any manner. Even kissing on the cheek
Yeah,
is
you
not
can't just kiss someone on the cheek without their consent. Yeah.
okay if you didn't sign up for it. This man cannot be so dense to not know how it can be perceived or feel for a woman to suddenly have a man on top of her and trying to kiss her. That shit is revolting. And if he is that dense, man needs to fucking get a reality check because none of this shit is okay. It doesn't matter if you say you weren't planning on doing anything more.
But
This shit
you
is
d-
gross.
yeah.
This is 100% assault. Bro just admitted to it and doesn't even realize how his actions can traumatize someone who once trusted him. That's terrible. He then tries saying there's a gotcha moment in Lily's document where she says he apologizes, but not once in the
This is
screenshot
not an
he provides
apology.
does he ever say I'm sorry. All he says is it's on me and I love you, which are not apologies.
That's
by
not
the
an
way.
apology.
He also assumes that a clearly upset person saying, I'm not sure what more there is to say, equates to, we good. Like, bro, I know you're socially inept like a rock, but come on, really? It's clear she's still pissed off, but doesn't want to talk anymore because she's overwhelmed.
Yeah, she's trying to like stop talking to you. Yeah.
It's not hard. Anyway, he tries closing this out by
She's
reaffirming
obviously
he's never been intimate
uncomfortable.
with anyone else besides his partner. And then he'll graduate and leave, and doesn't plan on coming back. Which I really hope he doesn't come
yeah.
back, because he's definitely not welcome.
Yeah.
Also, he tries to cash out by selling his model and assets before he leaves. But the funny part is his own model mama denounces him, instead offering his model.
Wow. Wait, hello, I was Toa's model artist. There was no communication with Toa regarding the resale of his live 2D model, and I doubt there was for any of his other assets. Please do not buy it.
Art to be free layer or rigging practice. They clarify in a later post that it will be art only and not the original files. It'll be downsized, which makes sense so no one can use it as a model. Nikto, who has done a few audio commissions for Tora, has publicly stated that Tora cannot resell his commissions. And with that piss poor excuse of an apology document, the guy got right.
I mean, I don't know who in the fuck would want to use the same model as somebody who got outed for being like a sexual pest. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to buy Toa's model and use it after he got outed for being basically an assaulter? You know, why would you do that? Why would you buy the model
Fully
after
pounced
that?
on his replies and quote retweets. Not only does he never apologize to Lily or any named victims in particular, he fails to truly take accountability by never acknowledging the assault was assault and that his harassment is harassment. During this time of the fallout, Tora's profile bio changed to remove his header and all of his bio to simply say, deleting on 320.
This is not an apology at all.
His Discord had also become dark, with a black profile picture reminiscent of teenagers going through their brooding phase, even though this man is in his mid-20s. Later, the evening of March 18th, he said these final words. Final additional message before I'll delete everything. I hurt a lot of people, and it is my fault.
Okay.
It has been a long time coming, and I have gotten what I deserve.
Okay.
I'll be paying for it by losing everything and everyone I've known for this entire time.
Okay. Boo-hoo. Wow. Boo-hoo. Poor you. Well, you fuck off. Like, oh no, I'm gonna lose it's your own fucking fault. Fuck off, man.
Oh, cry me a
Oh
river.
no, oh no.
Please
so
do not
sad.
attack anyone else who may be involved or want to share their opinion.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I have, of course, seen many
boo-hoo, I'm suffering the consequences to my own actions. Oh no.
nasty messages to myself and to many others. I appreciate all constructive messages that criticize me or want to believe I'll learn from all of this. Those who wanted to believe that I can be a better person are appreciated. I will also no longer be selling anything since you will need permission from the artist to do so. Any artist that I have commissioned is now allowed to do whatever they wish. I hope anyone affected negatively can move on in life.
Easy
I
for
won't
you
be
to
returning
say.
on any content creation platform. And hopefully this will all just be something to learn from to myself and everyone else involved. I could have just run away completely pretending that my time here was all
Fuck off. Fuck off. What do you mean? Are you acting like you're taking accountability? Fuck off. What the fuck do you mean?
I only made these final statements because I know a lot of people would want closure instead of
Piss
just left.
off.
Direct all of your hate toward me if you have any. Anyone else involved or making their opinions on the matter?
What do you mean you're saying direct all your hate and makes you fucking dipping? You're running away. You're deleting your fucking Twitter. Fuck off. Oh
Are
my
no
god.
way at fault. Earl straight up tries acting like a martyr.
Yeah,
He had a
what?
positive influence in the sphere. Then, a few hours after this was not received well by the community at large, he deactivated his Twitter, deleted his YouTube and TikTok accounts, and his Twitch still remained untouched for that.
What the fuck do you expect? Do you expect that to go well? Why the fuck would that go well? Like, fuck off, dude. Like, he's like, oh, poor me, boo-hoo. It's like, well, at least I didn't want to, well, at least I Kronk taking accountability. What the fuck? You're not taking any accountability. Dude, fuck off.
Evening until it, too, turned dark the next day. It's fascinating, isn't it? This man couldn't even last to his final day that he said in his bio.
Yeah, bruh.
He just up and left. Truly a pussy. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes against his word in the future and tries to come back on an alt.
Yeah.
It is my hope that with this video, there is
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised he tries. Sadly with VTubing, you kind of can do that.
at least some archive and evidence to
You know,
prevent.
obviously, I mean, I guess technically, if like a face cam person got cancelled, I guess they could like just not be they could just not show their face and probably come back online somehow.
him from doing what he did before to countless VTubers. I also hope this serves as a warning for those that do engage in similar behavior to Tora with their countless flirting and unsolicited NSFW messages to others, that your behavior is not appreciated nor welcome. One day, your actions will bite you in the ass. This is not isolated to male VTubers, by the way. I do not want you to come out of this video thinking, ew, male VTubers are cringe and flirty and gross. No. This behavior is found regardless of gender identity.
Yes, yeah, it's like anybody of any gender can do this, can make people uncomfortable. Even towards men, you can harass men as well. Okay.
And sexual preferences. You have degenerates amongst any sex who think they can get in the pants of whoever, especially if they have a notable following on a platform. I hope VTubers can recognize this toxic, gross behavior for what it is and not allow giving these gross and vile people any sort of platform to have power or weight or clout over. This shit is disgusting, and I'm glad I finally have some energy and motivation to talk about it. And frankly, talk about any bullshit I experience here in the VTuber community. Because, oh boy, let me tell ya, so much shit happens here on a daily basis, it's fucking insane. And 2024 is looking to be quite a year in general. Most things aren't worth talking about, but when you see a fallout as spectacular as this one that many indies were left talking about, and the person in question has actually been run off the platform, it's kind of nice. Also, I want to emphasize before we end this video, that though I'll tend to be focusing on the bad eggs in the VTuber space going forward, there are tons, if not hundreds of indies who are just doing their thing and staying in their own lane and making wonderful content. For now, we can be relieved that this sex pest will currently not pester anyone else for the time being. And hopefully, forever. In the meantime, please check out the victims in the description below. Many thanks to Lily for having the courage to speak out first, giving courage to others to lend their voices as well. Keep it vibing, everyone.
Okay, this was a really well done video. Definitely shout out to okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm sorry if I mispronounce her name. I'm just gonna shout out. I'll leave a link in the. For some reason my description's broken, so I'll leave a link in the a pinned comment linking to the video. But yeah, no, that was a really well done video. So yeah, props to Noma for the amazing video. She did a great job with this video, really. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Did you enjoy this video? Please consider liking, subscribing, and join me around the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.